Hey guys, what's up? It's Paige. So today I'm going to be filming my Kalin and Miles concert experience. So yeah, let's just get into this. So I went to the Katelyn and Miles concert on March 29th, 2015 at the House of Blues in Cleveland. My friend ended up taking me to the concert. I got ready at her house and then she dropped me off and went to the gym. So I got to the venue at around 2:15 and the doors opened at 5. So I met up with my friends Amber and Victoria when figuring out that they were still outside because they were in the second group of VIP. So I talked to them for a while and I realized that Victoria had a blanket. And I'm like, oh, you brought a blanket? That's so smart. Let me remind you, it's like 30 degrees and it feels like 15 out. So yeah. And she's like, oh, no, I found it next to the House of Blues. And I'm like, oh, okay. And she's like, I'll give it to you when we go in. So we took pictures, we caught up because we hadn't seen each other since June, and that's like 9 months. So we are all talking, and then the guy from VIP comes out and starts checking their bags, and then they go in. So I take the blanket and I go down the street to Chipotle because I didn't know when the next time I would have been eating was. So I ate my food and then I'm like, okay, well clearly Mo isn't getting here for a while, so I'm just gonna go sit in line. So I went and sat in line with my yellow soccer blanket that Victoria found next to the House of Blues. So I'm sitting there and this lady comes up to me, she's like, do you want to buy my extra VIP? And I'm like, VIP went in like a half hour ago, but no thank you, I'm waiting for my friend. And she's like, I have the lanyard and everything, and I'm like, no, it's fine, like, I'm good, thank you, no. So I'm sitting there, I'm like listening to music, I'm playing on my phone, you know, just typical. So I make friends with the girls in front of me, and then Mo comes. I don't even know what time she came. I was so out of it. And we just hung out in line. There were these two guys like biking back and forth, and they were really, really attractive. So I was like embarrassing myself in front of them. And everyone was like, "Go get their number," and I'm like, "Nah, I'm good." I'm just popping in really quick to say, here's an example of how I embarrassed myself in front of them.
I got you on video. I'm literally a hobo.
At like 4:50, they tell us that they're gonna let us in soon, and when it hit 5 o'clock, they let us in, and we got into 2 lines. So it really didn't matter which line you were in, but what they did was they checked your bag, and then you got into one more line, and then they scanned your ticket and gave you a stamp that said love on it, just so they knew, like, if you left to go buy merch, you were able to come back in. So we go over to the left side of the stage where the entrance to like the stage was, just because that was the best place to stand. And so Mo and I were together, and then we ended up meeting 2 girls. I cannot remember their names for the life of me. If I can figure it out, I'll insert it in here. And they were super, super sweet. They were really funny too. So one of the girls and I, we were just making fun of the 2 opening acts. The 2 opening acts were Angelique World and Jasmine Lee. Jasmine Lee was really good, but Angelique World, yikes. So in between those 2, I went to go get some water, and then after Jasmine Lee, Mo and I went to go get merch. So, hold on, I'll show you my merch. Mo, bless her heart, bought me merch, and we both got these beanies. They're just red, white, and black, and it just says K&M on the front, and they're super, super cute. It kept me really warm outside after the show, because of course, me being me, I waited out there for an hour and a half. So, then Kalin and Miles came on, and it was so hype. I was so excited. Like, they'd come to Cleveland before, but I like didn't know about them then. That was during their Chase Dreams tour, the first leg. We were like the third show, and I was like, whoa, what? So then, like, during the show, I made eye contact with both of them. Katelyn waved to me. Like, the first time Katelyn made eye contact with me, like, I literally just, like, I couldn't do it. Like, oh my gosh. He's so hot. Okay. But it's weird because I started the day off as, like, a Katelyn girl. But then when I saw Miles that night, I swerved so hard. Okay, so after their last song, like right when Miles said thank you guys, I picked up my stuff and Mo and I ran. So what happens is when you come out of the House of Blues, you're facing the street, right? And there's an alleyway, like if you're looking at the House of Blues, there's an alleyway to the right and then to the left is East 4th. Normally they have the alleyway blocked off with a cop car, but they didn't this time. So Mo and I, just out of our past experiences, we ran down East 4th and went around the corner. We were still the 7th people there and we were like dying because we don't run, we don't do physical activity, but we were like the 7th people there. So eventually the 2 girls that we met in the concert came and joined up with us, and same did Amber and Victoria. So we were all waiting out there, and then Mo's parents decided that they wanted to leave. So Mo left, and we took group pictures before, but they turned out really, really blurry, but it's fine. So after that, Miles came out about, around 9:30, because they had to shower and stuff. So Miles came out and this girl screamed Miles, and we're like, shut up, like he's not gonna come over here and meet us if you don't shut up. So this was like after security had yelled at us, like we're all like on their property now, like there's nothing they can do about it. So Miles talks to the swarm of girls that ran over to him, like were like prepared, like they were hiding in the alleyway or whatever. So then he came over to us, and at this point, only my phone was charged out of Amber, Victoria, and I's. So I took their pictures, and then when it was my turn, Miles put his arm around my waist, but I didn't have anyone to take the picture. And I'm talking to the girl I met in the concert, and she's right in front of me. I'm holding my phone out, and I'm like, will you please take the picture? And she's like, oh yeah, sure. So we took the picture, and right when the flash went off, like, Miles, okay, so his right arm was around me, right? And he squeezed my side, like, right when the picture was being taken, and I literally almost melted. And after the picture was taken, like, I'm like, thank you so much, Miles, and then he moved on. I need you here right next to me. It's just insane that I actually met him. So then at around 10, my mom was like, okay, like we have to go, because she was down the street parked. And I'm like, please Mom, 5 more minutes, like Kaylin's my favorite, like please, just give me 5 more minutes, and if he doesn't come, then I'll leave. So 10:05 comes, and I leave. Katelyn comes out a few minutes later, and takes pictures with fans, and I'm like, okay, whatever, I still met Miles. So, yeah, that's really my experience. I'm really, really happy that I at least got to meet Miles, because I swerved really hard, and now I'm a Miles girl. But yeah, I'm super excited, like, I'm so happy that I was able to go to their concert, and shout out to my grandma for getting me these tickets for Christmas, because you're the real MVP, Grandma. And yeah, that's really my experience, so thank you so much for watching, and yeah, see you in my next video. Bye.